What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So today we're going to take a look and listen to Jeff Bezos. He is the founder of Amazon. He's going to be talking about the economy. And this is something I've been talking about this maybe once a week. I'm going to start talking about this more because this affects everything. Okay. Our economy affects everything. So if you're retired, you definitely want to be paying attention to the economy. And if you're working right now, you definitely want to be paying attention to the economy because you could lose your job or you could be laid off. And so we're going to take a look and listen to Jeff Bezos. And then we're also going to take a look at an article because there was an announcement that was made yesterday about Amazon. So that's what we're going to focus on today. But first off, you guys can do me a favor. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification and then click all. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. We do daily videos. So by clicking the bell notification and clicking all, you should be getting updated every day. Okay, so I want to show you guys the clip and then we'll talk a little bit about it. But this is very, very important for us to focus on. Like I said, if you're retired, you really need to focus on this. If you're working, you also need to focus on this because if we fall into a deep recession, things are going to be really, really bad. So without further ado, let's go ahead and play the clip. Here we go.
We are in some tough economic times.
Yeah.
Some people say that perhaps we're already in a recession. Do you think that we're in one? And what is your advice for small business owners?
I don't know whether we're technically in a recession. I know economists argue over that and they have certain technical definitions. What I can tell you is the economy does not look great right now. Things are slowing down. You're seeing layoffs in many, many sectors of the economy. People are slowing down. The probabilities say if we're not in a recession right now, we're likely to be in one very soon. So my advice to people, whether they're small business owners or, is take some risk off the table. If you were going to make a purchase, maybe slow down that purchase a little bit. Keep some dry powder on hand. And wait a bit and see how. Try to reduce some risk in your business or your life.
Well, you tweeted batten down the hatches. Mm-hmm. That's what you mean by that?
That's what I mean. Well, so if you're an individual and you're thinking about buying a new, large screen TV, maybe slow that down, keep that cash, see what happens. Same thing with a refrigerator or a new car or whatever. Just take some risk off the table. If you're a small business, maybe delay some capital purchases. Do you really need that new piece of equipment? Maybe it can wait a little bit. Have some cash on hand. Just a little bit of risk reduction could make the difference for that small business if we do get into even more serious economic problems. So you got to play the probabilities a little bit.
Any idea in terms of what you're hearing or just with your expertise as to how long this recession could last?
I don't think even the most experienced economists in the world can answer that question. It's a very challenging thing to try and estimate. So I think you just have to try and be reasonable about it, take as much risk off the table as you can for yourself. Hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
Okay, so hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And he's talking about taking risk off the table. Take some risk off the table. You continue to say that, right? And so why should we listen to Jeff Bezos? I mean, he's just, a billionaire. Why should we pay attention to what he has to say? Well, he has this is not in his best interest to say what he just said because he's the founder of Amazon. That's his company. And that company is in the business of selling products. And so why would he tell the American people, hey, stop spending. Don't buy that big screen TV. Don't buy these things that you don't need right now when he is in the business to sell those products to you. And so that's when you really need to pay attention. When you have someone like him who is in that business to sell you products and he's saying, don't buy products right now. Don't buy the things that you don't need. Make sure you're buying the things that you need and save money because we're in for a rough road. And so that's why you should be paying attention to him. That's why it's very, very important for us to listen to some of these people, these rich people, wealthy people that have skin in the game. He's got skin in the game. He wants to make sure that he's able to sell products to you, but he's telling you, don't buy my products right now. Just hold off. There'll be time in the future for you to do that. And so why should you care if you're on Social Security, if you're retired? Why is this important to you? Well, it's important for a variety of different reasons. And I told you, if you're working right now, it's important for you. If you're retired right now, it's important for you. Because if the economy takes a dip, and let me show you this article here, and I'm just showing you the headline here. Amazon, and this was aired yesterday. So the video was aired yesterday, the interview, Right after that, Amazon reportedly plans to lay off about 10,000 employees starting this week. So Amazon's starting to lay people off. And as the biggest company, I would argue the largest company in the world, they're starting to lay people off. You have other companies that have started laying people off. Guess what? That's going to be a domino effect. You're going to have a lot more companies laying people off. And so what does that mean for the people who are working? They're not going to have a job. And if they're not working, guess what? They're not paying into the payroll tax, that FICA. They're not paying into that. And what does that mean? That means that people who are receiving Social Security benefits, Medicare benefits, there's less money available because you have less people working. Because those people are working, they're paying into the system. And if they're not paying into the system, then guess what? There's less money available. And if there's less money available, then you're taking more money from the Social Security Trust Fund in order to offset the money that you're not getting in the payroll tax. And so what does that mean? That means people receiving Social Security right now, and you hear the talk of going bankrupt because of the trust fund going bankrupt. The trust fund will go bankrupt a lot sooner if they have to take more money out of it, because you have less people in the workforce. And so it's very, very important for us to focus on this and listen to what he is saying. If he's saying, look, just only spend money on things that you absolutely need right now. This is not the time for you to be buying things, big screen TVs and things like that. It's not the time. And it will be very interesting as well, because what's going to happen is some people are going to listen to this. And some people have already gotten to that point now where they can't even afford it anyway. So it's not even a reality for them. And so you're going to see these other companies not being able to sell a lot of products. And if they're not able to sell the products, then that's when we fall deeper and deeper into a recession. And if we fall into a deep recession, then things are just going to be really, really bad for a lot of people. So try to prepare now. If that means going to the grocery store, buying some items that you know have a long shelf life, do that just so you can prepare for a situation that we could see months from now when it comes to a deep recession. And so that's all I wanted to talk about today. That's the main thing. I just wanted to show you this clip and just tell you, look, prepare. I'm going to be doing more videos talking about this because I think it's very, very important for us to prepare for things like this, because this could potentially affect a lot of people, affect all of us really. But we're still looking at inflation at high rates, and we're still looking at the Federal Reserve raising interest rates, which we hope that the next interest rate hike in December will be the last one. We're hoping for that. But people aren't able to buy a lot of those things. He's talking about buying houses, buying cars and things like that. People are, I think at this point, a lot of people are sitting on the sideline. They're not even thinking about buying a house or buying a car right now just because of the high interest rates. And so we'll just have to follow this story. But I'm telling you, we need to listen to people like Jeff Bezos, because one more thing that I didn't talk about, he has all the information in front of him through his company. All he needs to do is look at his company and look at the spending habits. And he can see, okay, you know what? People are not spending the way that they were before. That's part of the reason why he's doing the layoffs, right? He's doing the layoffs because people aren't spending the way that they were spending before. And so he's saying, because he has the information in front of him, look, people aren't spending in my company, so you guys better pay attention to this, because there's going to be layoffs coming. There's going to be a lot of different things coming, and our economy is really going to suffer as a result of that. If you guys have any questions, post them down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.